Hey Walnut Grove students, one of my favorite things we started this year was First Chapter Friday. And I would read a first chapter of a book that I was reading to you guys, and you would bring books that you were reading and share with your friends too. So we're going to start that again on this channel. The book that I'm reading today is Raymie, Nightingale by Kate D. Camillo. And this is one cover of the book. They also have the book in this version with this cover. But this is my favorite one because it shows the three girls on the cover, and it's the one that I have. The cover doesn't matter, you're seeing the same text on the inside, but we all know that the cover can kind of draw you into a book. On the back, there's a little bit of information about this book, and it says, when Raymie Clark made her plan to enter the Little Miss Central Florida Tire competition, she had one thing in mind, to get her father back. Instead, baton twirling introduces her to Beverly Topinski and Louisiana Elephant in a friendship that will change all of their lives. And the New York Journal of Books reviewed this, and here's what they said. What a perfect plot setup. Two friends competing for a common goal, and a third one dead set on derailing it. So let's begin. Chapter 1. One thing I really love about this book is it has very short chapters. So that makes it an easy book to pick up and put down when you just have a little bit of time to read. Chapter 1. There were three of them, three girls. They were standing side by side. They were standing at attention. And then the girl in the pink dress, the one who was standing right next to Raymie, let out a sob and said, "The more I think about it, the more terrified I am. I'm too terrified to go on." The girl clutched her baton to her chest and dropped to her knees. Raymie stared at her in wonder and admiration. She herself often felt too terrified to go on, but she had never admitted it out loud. The girl in the pink dress moaned and toppled over sideways. Her eyes fluttered closed. She was silent. And then she opened her eyes very wide and shouted, "Archie, I'm sorry I betrayed you." She closed her eyes again. Her mouth fell open. Raymie had never seen or heard anything like it. "I'm sorry," Raymie whispered. "I betrayed you." For some reason, the words seemed worth repeating. "Stop this nonsense immediately," said Ida Nee. Ida Nee was a baton twirling instructor. Even though she was old, over 50 at least, her hair was an extremely bright yellow. She wore white boots that came all the way up to her knees. "I'm not kidding," said Ida Nee. Raymie believed her. Ida Nee didn't seem like much of a kidder. The sun was way, way up in the sky, and the whole thing was like high noon in a Western. But it was not a Western. It was baton twirling lessons at Ida Nee's house in Ida Nee's backyard. It was the summer of 1975. It was the 5th day of June. And 2 days before, on the 3rd day of June, Raymie Clark's father had run away from home with a woman who was a dental hygienist. Hey diddle diddle, the dish ran away with the spoon. Those were the words that went through Raymie's head every time she thought about her father and the dental hygienist. But she did not say the words out loud anymore because Raymie's mother was very upset, and talking about dishes and spoons running away together was not appropriate. It was actually a great tragedy what had happened. That was what Raymie's mother said. "This is a great tragedy," said Raymie's mother. "Quit reciting nursery rhymes." It was a great tragedy because Raymie's father had disgraced himself. It was also a great tragedy because Raymie was now fatherless. The thought of that, the fact of it, that she, Raymie Clark, was without a father, made a small, sharp pain shoot through Raymie's heart every time she considered it. Sometimes the pain in her heart made her feel too terrified to go on. Sometimes it made her want to drop to her knees. But then she would remember she had a plan. And that's chapter 1. And so I feel the need, because of the review that the New York Journal gave, to say that one friend was dead set on derailing it. That's kind of a twist to me because it makes it sound like that friend is not being very friendly. And I'm not done with the book. You can see I'm only halfway through. But so far it's not what I thought that was saying she was out to do. She's a pretty good friend too. So you're going to really love this book, I think. I hope you get a chance to read it. It will be in our school library when we come back to school, and you can probably find it at the public library too. Thanks for joining me. I look forward to any comments that you guys have about this book and sharing my next read with you next Friday.